evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Let's go and make it public on Instagram as well. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How are you beautiful people doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. I got my Celtics hat. I am chilling like a villain. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is Terrence Bardui. All right, and I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Some people call me H, some people call me Havis, some people call me Terrence, some people call me Mr. Bardui. But if you're from the 767, Whitey Kubuli, tall as her body, you call me what? Little boy, aka little boy. That's from St. Luke's Parish, Point Michel, La Pointe. Dominica made me, Boston raised me, now the South sustains me. Let me make sure I can get it on all my platforms. I'm just going to check my platforms, make sure I am working as scheduled. Let's take a look. Yes, I am. Oh, yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Welcome. Yes, I can see myself. I'm excited, excited, excited. Let's get it. 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 Copy the link, and get it rolling. How are you beautiful people doing tonight? Hope everyone's doing well. I got my sweatshirt on. It's a little cool down here in the South. We got snow. We got snow last Thursday. We got snow yesterday. I don't know what's with all the snow, man. Just double checking here. I don't know what's going on with all this snow. How are you beautiful people doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, you know what, guys? I got to step away for a moment. I can't believe this. I left my speaker. Oh my gosh, shame on me. Here it is, here it is. I got the speaker right here. Shame on me, man. I must be losing my oh gosh. Let's get it started here. Yes. Let's get it started. So how are you beautiful people doing? People are starting to come in. And while people are starting to come in, I'm going to cue up my theme song as we cue it up. So that we can start the show. So how are you doing today? Are you having a good week? It's Tuesday. Are you doing well like I am? I'm going to say tune in. Let me say tune in. People can tune in. Let's see. There we go. We got it kicking right now. How's everybody doing? Let me see who's online so I can give them a shout out. Mr. Arvin Vasa, how are you, young man? Good to see you. Other people are starting to tune in. But I need to get my theme song ready for you guys. Alvin, are you enjoying the snow, young man? You got all that snow in Petersburg, Virginia? Are you enjoying the snow? We got snow down here, too, in Midlothian. So we got some snow. I went out for a little bit today. It wasn't that bad. Robin Martin in the Queen City. You want snow? You asked me to send you the snow, right? You want snow? Oh my gosh, Robin wants snow. But we're not going to do that, Robin. We're not going to send you any snow because my sister said she doesn't want any snow. So, I got to listen to big sis. So, Robin, you like the snow? You said it's beautiful? Well, it's not good for everybody. Some people might slip and fall. But we're trying to cue up our theme song as we start. How are you doing, Robin? Oh, Robin likes the snow. Okay, good. Alvin didn't answer. That means he doesn't like the snow. He likes the snow. I don't know. I don't know, man. How are you doing tonight, everybody? Welcome to Tuesdays with Terrence. I'm so excited, as always. I got my theme song about queued up. There it is. Let's cue it up right here. And we can get people on the show. Who else is on this? If you say hello, I'll be able to give you a shout out. If you don't say hello, I really can't give you a shout out. I really can't give you a shout out. So I need to know if you're there so you can join the festivities. All right. So how you beautiful people doing? Is it cold where you're at? Tell me. Come on, people, talk to me. Is it warm where you at? Is it cold where you at? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. Is it warm where you at? Is it cold where you at? What's going on here, folks? Talk to me. Huh? Is it warm for you? Are you guys ready for the how would I say it? Are you ready for winter? Next week is the first day of winter, the 21st, I believe. So you got to get it going, folks. You got to get it going. Let's see if we can get Tuesdays with Terrence right here. Yeah, it's right. Okay, there it is. Tuesdays with Terrence. Let's pull it up. Yeah, 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 yeah. So, how you beautiful people doing? Alvin says it's okay. Good evening, Miss Goodwill. How are you? You enjoying the snow up there in Petersburg, Virginia? Huh? Are you enjoying the snow? Hope you're enjoying the snow. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing well. I am. I went out today in the snow a little bit, take care of some stuff, but we're gonna play our theme song and start the show. All right. For those of you, if you say hello to me, I'll be able to shout you out. If you don't say hello to me, I can't shout you out. All right. So here we go. All right. There we go. Let's start it up again. Oh man, come on, man. What's up with that? Here we go.
Fire salad scammer.
You know, it seems like my theme song is acting up, man. What's going on? We ain't working today. What's up?
Battery.
You gonna be mad at me now? Come on,
Fire
folks.
scammer.
We want to play our theme song and get the show started. We want to get this party started right. We want to get this party started quickly. Robin said, "I'm doing great. Thankful, grateful, and blessed." That's good. That's good. That is good. That is good. That is good. That is good. Let's see what we got going on here, guys. We have some issues going on here, and I can't see it. I don't know what's going on.
Battery. Medium.
I don't know what's going on
Connected
with the
to
speaker,
Fire
guys. We
Salad
can't
Scammer.
get the theme song. Do we need the theme song? Do we need it? You know, do we need it? I don't know. You want me to sing it for you? Huh? You want me to sing the theme song? Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. Nah, I don't know what's going on, guys, with it tonight. Sometimes we have technical difficulties. Sometimes we don't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Um, well, we won't have a theme song tonight. I might hum it for you. But as we're about to start, folks, let's take a quick look at markets, see what happened in markets, and move on from there. My speaker's not working tonight. Man, the Dow is down again. The NASDAQ is up a little bit. And the S&P, let's see. Oh, okay. All right. I just got a little email. I get a little paycheck here. So, how are you beautiful people doing? Is everyone doing fine? Is everyone doing okay? Is everyone chilling like a villain? Are you guys chilling like a villain? Are you doing that? Let's see if we can get it to play without the speaker. And if it does, it's not working today. It's not working today. It's not me. It's the doggone. Let's see if it's the internet. The Wi-Fi is working. I know the bill's paid. I don't know what it is, folks. I ain't gonna rush it. But you know what I might do, though? You know what I might do? Oh, guys, let's see if I have some technology skills in my back pocket. All right. I'm going to try something here. Let's see if I can get it to, I'm going to try something else. If we can play it a different way, let's try that. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. If I can, let's try it here. Send it to the church, Facebook, and maybe I can play it there. If not, there's nothing we can do. We're going to kick off our show in a minute, guys. Just get ready for me. You know, just tell me how you're doing. Tell me how your day's going. If the weather's warm where you are, if it's hot where you are, let me know what's going on where you are. And if it is, we will get it. Let's try it. Let's see if we'll get it to play here, okay? Let's try it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Dominica made me. That's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my plan. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person I'd be. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A license. Isabel Joseph Cabon sa kafet. Ready for the fray. On those snowy streets, learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the commons to the brownstones, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embraced my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining and dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Now the South sustains me with its warm embrace, a community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty of Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side. You know what? That theme song, again, I love the lyrics of the song. You guys have heard it. Today the speaker wasn't working, so I don't know what to do. I played it for you. You heard it. It wasn't as grand as it should have been. But I want to say welcome to all of you who are tuning in to Tuesdays with Terrence. There was something else you could have been doing tonight, but you chose to spend some time with me. We're going to have fun tonight. I will talk about some strategies that you can use. But we're going to have fun tonight. We'll talk about the Christmas holidays that's coming up. For those of you, some people don't celebrate Christmas. Some people don't shop for Christmas. Some people don't nothing. Some people think Jesus was born on Christmas Day. Some people like he wasn't born on Christmas Day. You know what? We know Jesus wasn't born on Christmas Day, but we just celebrate the birth of Christ, man. And if you're not a Christian and you don't celebrate Christmas, it's all right. You don't have to. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you on that, but Christmas is a fun time of year for me. Growing up and I always tell people in America, last month we had Thanksgiving, right? And Thanksgiving is an American holiday and Canadian and American. We didn't do that in the Caribbean, the first 12 years of my life. So Thanksgiving is not a big holiday for me. I mean, I celebrate. I have, I go family eat, but it's not a big holiday for me. But Christmas, all around the world, people celebrate Christmas. Everybody, even people who are not Christians, they celebrate the holidays. So I take great pride in that. I have fun. I know as a child in the Caribbean, at Christmas time, you would always drink sorrel. Sorrel is a great drink. It looks like, when you're red glass or your white glass and you have your red sorrel. When you were a kid, you think like you're drinking wine, just like kids, when you drink a Malta, you think you're drinking a Guinness stout. But, and it's that time of year in the Caribbean where they make the black cake, Christmas time, they make the black cake and the sorrel, and we celebrate that. Some of you in here, who are from the Caribbean, you can tell me what your Christmas traditions are. I remember as a child, in the Caribbean, we had the cap guns, the little cap guns, shoot that out, play cowboys and Indians. It was fun. Remember the bamboo, the canoe. Remember that? Isabel Joseph Carbon, do you remember that? The canoe, the bamboo, that used to be fun. So, what are some of your Christmas traditions that you guys do? Some people have big family dinners. Some people, exchange gifts. Some people put up a tree. Some people don't put up a tree. For me, as a child, we had a tree. My mother put up a tree every year. Uh, but, I'm not a big tree guy, If someone have a tree, bravo. If you don't have a tree, bravo. If you have decorations, bravo. If you don't have decorations, bravo. Like if I lived alone, I would never get a Christmas tree or decorations. It's just not me, I don't. But it's pretty. There are some places that people make a big deal with the lights. Some houses they go overboard. Where we live, there's a park here, a botanical garden where they have lights, and the lights are pretty nice. And there are some houses where people have competitions for their Christmas decorations, and that's fun. So if you don't participate in that, don't have a heart attack, don't have a cow. And the people who do participate in that, let them enjoy it. Is it going to bother you if somebody put up a Christmas tree? Is it going to bother you if someone has decorations or a wreath on their door or a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Some people like Christmas carols. Some people don't. Some people like the Christmas carols that's actually biblical and religious. Some people like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose, jingle bells, jingle all the way. People like those. And then some people like, what child is this that lay to rest, and stuff like that, Christ the Savior is born, and that's what some people like. Some people don't like the regular other Christmas songs. And some people, if they put Christmas in a song around the holidays, Donny Hathaway has a great one, and a lot of people, Brian McKnight, who else? What's the name? Mimi. What's Mimi's name? Mariah Carey, Boys to Men, a whole bunch of different artists, have Christmas songs. But the thing about it is, what were your traditions growing up? I just gave you mine. I told you about the sorrel. I told you about the cap guns, and I told you about the, in my island of Dominica, where I was born, the Roman Catholics, I think it was Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve. I don't remember. Christmas Eve, they had a midnight mass, right? They went to church, a midnight mass. And what they would do, they would cook a one pot. We call it a broth, and they would put, dumplings in there. Some people might put chicken. Some people might put fish. Some people will eat the pig, put what they call the gel cochon. The gel cochon is the mouth of the pig. So people would put that. We didn't grow up. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, so we didn't do that. But they did have the midnight mass, and they had the midnight broth, and then people would revel and have a good time. But what were some of the traditions that growing up during your time for Christmas? Christmas is some people, what they do, they go broke, for Christmas because they got to get a gift for everybody. I ain't giving nobody gifts, Some immediate family members, I give them something, but extended family members and friends, ain't nobody have to give me nothing either. If somebody give me a gift, just because you give me a gift don't mean I'm going to give you one either. But if you're an immediate family member, and I'm not looking for gifts. There's family members that I've given gifts to have ever given me a gift. And it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not a big deal for me. But I do understand that, the wise men, they brought gifts, for the Savior and all that stuff. So if your tradition is sharing gifts, bravo. If your tradition is you don't share gifts, bravo. But what I want you to do as a financial person, I don't want you to go broke. I don't want you to go broke getting gifts for everybody and their mama, or going into debt. I read a statistic for Black Friday that happened last month, about 90 to 95% of the shopping was done on credit. 90 to 95%. So that means people are using credit cards, whether you did it on Amazon or you literally went to a store Black Friday. On Black Friday, we were at a mall in Massachusetts, Braintree, South Shore Plaza in Braintree, Massachusetts. We were there, and there was a lot of people there. But they're saying 90 to 95% of the purchases on Black Friday were um, um, credit. People charged it. And on Cyber Monday, people were buying gifts as well. But my point is, financially speaking, do you go into debt around the holidays? Do you do that? Do you go into debt around the holidays just to appease people? I don't know, family and friends. This light is in my eye. Let me dim it a little bit. All right. Do you go into debt to, make your family and your friends happy? Now I know there's some kids. When you were a kid, you think there's a Santa Claus, and we were never taught that. I never taught my kids that. I remember my oldest used to say Santa Claus is a chump. I, I used to teach him that because he's let him know it's your parents who give him the gifts. But some people believe in Santa Claus, and he says Santa Claus is coming to town. He comes down the chimney, he lives in the North Pole, and and when you was a kid, you never thought about it because you're like, how did you go all the way around the world with one bag? But all of that stuff, I think it's important that if you have children, their friends are going to get gifts, so give them a gift, don't let them feel ostracized. So when they go back to school, kids will be like, what'd you get for Christmas? Oh, nothing. My parents, don't give me nothing for Christmas. Yeah, buy them a gift, man. But one of the things I usually tell you guys, the ultimate gift you can give is generational wealth. It's not PS4s and video games and all that foolishness. I mean, don't get me wrong, kids need those things. They got to play with those things. I was never a fan of that. I can't play them anyways. But I rather you give financial literacy or teach your children. I saw something on the news this week. I can't remember what channel I saw it on. And there are some people, they're practicing saving instead of spending. That's a novel idea. Practicing saving instead of spending. Have you ever thought about that? Who do you try to impress with your spending? You ever see people? I saw one of my friends, she posted something on WhatsApp. She says, people got all this designer stuff. Like, for example, they got Dior, but they don't have a door to go into. You get it? Dior, D-O-I-R, but they'll have a D-O-O-R. And you see people with these big pocketbooks, these Louis Vuitton and, Coach and Michael Kors and all these big bags, and they got nothing in it. No money, no debit cards. And if they have a debit card, it's in the negative. So my point is, are you practicing saving? It's important as individuals that we don't, during the holiday season, go into this depression because we haven't got money to spend. I have a friend, and I watch a lot of their posts, and everything that they post about is about money, how they haven't got money and how they want money. And I'm like, my gosh, I would never call that person's name out. And if they're watching, the person know who it is. They always put that out there. And I'm like to myself, like, is everything has to be about money? They said the only problem they want to have, they made a post where they have a pocketbook and they're trying to shove money in it, but it can't fit because they got too much money. Folks, money is almost as essential as air. You need it, right? To pay your bills, your water bill, your gas bill, your electric bill, your phone bill, your garbage bill, your car insurance bill, your life. You need it to pay everything, right? But if I'm trying to be very diplomatic with what I'm about to say, that's why I stopped for a minute. If all you think about is just money, what does the good book say? The love of money is the root of all evil. Not money. Money is good. Oh, I want money. but I don't love money. I don't love money. Good evening, Miss June Bardui and Sam Sakafet. Good to see you. I said, good evening, Mr. Snowman. Oh, my sister's making fun of me because we have snow down here. And in Boston, they got no snow, but in the South, we got about 4 to 5 inches of snow yesterday, and we got some last Thursday as well. So everybody in Boston that I sent them the picture, they keep saying, keep it. They don't want it. So y'all are gonna get yours. It's coming. But getting back to what I was saying, um, money is important, right? You need it to pay your bills, like I said. You need to pay your mortgage, your rent, your car note, your student loans, your equity line of credit, your personal loans. You know, you need it to go shopping, buy groceries and food for your family. You need it to pay, your doctor's bills. You need it for gas. You need it for everything. But don't let it consume your life. Don't think about illegal ways to gain money. Don't think about ways to swindle people to get money. Um, think about how you can use it effectively and efficiently in your life. And that's what I teach. Those are the concepts and strategies that I teach people. People say, "Oh man, you're an insurance guy? You're a life insurance guy?" Yeah, but that's not what I do. I mean, I don't sit around and say, yeah, man, I sell life insurance. No, man. I use life insurance as a way for financial literacy to teach you strategies. For example, some of you have small businesses. You have a small business and you don't even know you can do a key man insurance on your own business. Let me explain. So you have a small, you sell dinners on the side, you braid hair on the side, you sell chicken on the side. What else do people do? They make cakes. You make I don't know, roti skins. You have a small little LLC or small business. You're a realtor. I don't know, you doing different things. But do you have key man insurance? You're like, what's that? Like where your LLC or your business is the owner, you are the insured, and your LLC or your business is the beneficiary as well. And for some of you who are doing really well, that LLC or that business could be in a trust, an irrevocable living trust. And if you have the trust as the owner, you can put your home in the trust, your cars, your motorcycle, everything that you own. Some of you, like I was in Boston for Thanksgiving. My sister's watching. Thank you again for a beautiful Thanksgiving. You know, uh, and I was looking this in Boston. They have what they call triple deckers. A triple decker is an apartment. A house with three: first floor, second floor, third floor. So that's what they call it, a triple decker. All right. And what a lot of the owners have done now in Boston, there's a lot of gentrification in Boston, Massachusetts now. So areas where I grew up in, now it's all literally gentrified. There's all kind of ethnicities and everything going on in there. As a matter of fact, I met a guy, I was at a hotel in South Boston, and I met a guy who at the front desk who lives in Four Corners where I grew up. When I grew up, there was no, and he's from Hawaii, he's a white guy. And that's beautiful. I like it. I like that. But my point I'm trying to make here, some of these triple deckers are going for 500, 700,000 up to $1,000,000. It depends on the neighborhood, right? So if you have an asset that's worth that much, have you put it into a revocable living trust or irrevocable living trust? Or rather, a revocable living trust, because irrevocable means it can't be changed. And some of you need to do that. Some of you say, "Yeah, I'm gonna leave this for my kids," and it lives. Let me tell you, some of y'all. There's a guy who lives not too far from here. Let me see. Go down our street because we live in a cul-de-sac. At the end of the cul-de-sac, you go down, you make a right, and then you go up to the next street. You make another right and a left. And going up the street, this guy, his home, he bought his home over 30 years ago, maybe 40 something years ago. The guy recently died because I haven't seen him around. And I see his wife now cutting the grass. Now, this guy did everything. He always cut the grass. He watered, he did everything. But I don't see him anymore, so I'm assuming he's dead. And he told me, he said, he told his kids his house can never be sold. It has to be passed down from generation to generation to generation. Now, it was a Caucasian man. He's from the same town originally where Sandy's mom is from. All right, it's called Jarrett, Virginia. And the guy said this. He said that house has to stay in the family. He told his kids that. You can rent it if you want to, you don't want to live there, but you ain't selling it. So how we set up his trust is that, it'll always be in the families for generations to come. And, everybody makes generations. Some people don't have kids, but, but it stays, it's like in a trust, and it just stays in the family. So it passed from family member to family member. It's kind of similar, like I always talk about the Rockefellers, how they have, complicated trusts, where they have, every time a Rockefeller was born, there was a huge life insurance policy that was taken on that child. And then the beneficiary of that policy was the trust, and the owner of that policy was also a trust. You can do that. John Doe and Jane Doe can do the same concepts. Some of you guys, and it doesn't even matter if you live in a different country. If you're in a different country, I can't give you advice there. But there are people you can talk to about to do the same kind of things, because in some countries, some of you guys have property in other countries as well. But my point I'm trying to say to you is that here you can put your home in a revocable living trust. And you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to. Good evening, Cavell, my esteemed business partner. Good evening. Good to see you. How's the weather in Cambridge, Massachusetts? Is it hot, cold, whatever? So for those of you who have property, you shouldn't own anything. For those of you who own all these things, and you all are so proud, and I'm proud of you too, but you have it structured incorrectly. Some of you have $100,000 cars. I was in South Carolina last month working, early last month or maybe in October, I don't remember. And in a mall, they had a Tesla that they were showcasing. And actually, in that mall, what they do is they don't sell cars in that mall. But the Tesla's in there. You can look at it. You can even, they have them outside. You can test drive them because they want you to go to the Tesla dealership. And this car was about $100,000. It was a black one. Beautiful car. Beautiful. If you own something for $100,000 or more, why do you own it outright? Even if you paid for it or not. Why? So those are some of the strategies, that I teach people, because some of you guys say, yo, talking to me about products. Nah, I'm not a product guy. I know. I concentrate on strategies. Today, I was in an advanced training sales class, for business owners. And our facilitator said to us, don't preach products, only strategies. So if I say to you, you need life insurance, you need a whole life or term or a fire insurance, or you need a new, no. Let's show you how you can use life insurance as a financial planning tool. You see, that's a strategy. You own a small business, like I said. Why? I found out today, even if you're a sole proprietorship, you can do a key man insurance. The business is going to be the owner, you're going to be the insured, and the business will be the beneficiary. Now, the premiums, you cannot deduct that. It's not tax deductible. However, you can, the cash value that you accumulate, if it's a cash value account, you can take funds from that to, rebrand your business, expand your business, if you structure it, you can do it on a tax favored basis. So those are the concepts. So what I'm going to be doing come January, I'm going to be concentrating on a lot of small businesses. I want to partner up with some attorneys, some CPAs, some accountants, expand my business so that if someone has some assets, for example, if you have assets, right? I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to your CPA. And you're like, oh, I don't have one. Well, you own a house, you own multiple houses. I know people in Boston own two, three houses, five houses. So, but the funny thing about some of these individuals is they don't want to take financial advice because, they, and that's their right. But protect what you've worked hard for. Protect what you've worked hard for. And the way you protect what you've worked hard for is making sure you structure it in an account that cannot be harmed or touched. If I come to your house and I fall down because you didn't shovel, I could sue you. And I can find out how much money you have in the bank. But not if you structure it the way I show my clients to structure stuff. They don't own nothing, but they control everything. You don't have to be wealthy to do it. The strategies that the wealthy use can be used with the average Joe and the average Sally. It can be used. So sometimes when I talk to individuals, like right now, there's three people that I'm talking to, four. One of them has already created one. The other three, I got to help them. There's an attorney that I was working with who actually no longer does the trust. So we have to find another outfit for them because they have assets. This person owns a home, they own a business, they own cars. I even think even have property back in their native land as well. So it's really important, guys. It's really important that you, this holiday season, start thinking about what you own and how you can protect it for your legacy, for your children. Some of you have children. Some of you may have children who may not be able to take care of themselves because life happens. Have you structured stuff properly for them so that, it cannot be, taken away from them? Because I was telling someone the other day, if you straight up just own a house and you're like, well, when I die, I'm going to give it to my kid, right? And then your kid or your kids own homes as well. They don't want that house. As soon as you die, they're going to sell that bad boy. But I just told you what that guy did. You can get income coming in. You make sure you save some of that to pay your property taxes because you don't want you don't want to lose your house in a foreclosure because you didn't pay the taxes and somebody gets it for pennies on the dollar. And as you move forward, you want to make sure that you secure your assets in a trust where it's safe for you. Some of you are not doing those things. Have you spoken to an attorney about that? An estate attorney? Have you spoken to your CPA? Good evening, Beth Amato, all the way in Florida. Hope you're doing well. So for those of you who own a home, you own cars, you own a business, you need to start thinking about a trust, a revocable living trust with a trustee and a successor trustee in case something happens to you. So it's protected from the vultures. I have a client right now whose dad died August last year. And the house that the father lived in for the last year before he died, a year before he died, he did not live there because he was very ill. He was in a hospital. He was also in a convalescent home. And his last few months, he was with his daughter. Now, that home was paid for years ago. It was a nice home with land and property and everything. He's in the country. But guess what? If this young lady, and listen, when he died, they were already thinking about selling the home. And I was like, you know what? Why don't you, whatever it needs to fix it. Because the guy didn't leave you with any debt. He left you with money. You have no kids. You and your husband are doing well. Your house is paid for. The only bills you technically have is, utilities and insurances and stuff like that. And I told that individual, keep the home and rent it out. But some people don't want to be a landlord. Well, you get a management company to manage that. You got to pay them something. But then, if you don't want to be a landlord, you can do that. And then you keep that property. But this individual wants to sell the property. Well, guess what? There's going to be capital gains. So with this capital gains, you have to pay taxes because what you paid for the house is not what the house is worth today. Like I was just telling you, I was just in Boston, in Dorchester, houses that were back in the 70s, people bought for 30, 25,000, 50,000, 100 grand. Those things are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, $1 million now. You bought something for 30 grand or 60 grand back in the 70s, and now it's $1 million? 700 grand? That's great. But protect it. Protect it from the vultures. So again, I don't preach products. I only preach and teach strategies. Strategies that the average person can use for themselves. I have some clients, right, who tell me they're poor in multiple states. Multiple states. When I look at their net worth, they're millionaires. But all their property and the stuff that they own is unprotected. And they don't understand, they think about their kids. Well, I got my kids, and it's my kids and their kids. And parents love to talk about their kids, whether their kids are good, bad, or indifferent. We all do. I do. But have you structured it properly to minimize your kids from estate taxes, capital gains? Talk to someone. I saw something this week or last week. Someone I've known for maybe 30, 40 years, probably more than 30 years. I know that for a fact. We both follow this guy who was a financial guy as well. I met the guy personally up in Maryland a few years back. And, the guy made a video and that individual, put down that they want more information from the guy. And I look and I'm like, the guy's doing the same thing I'm doing, the exact same thing. But I do understand people that may not want you to help them, and that's okay. I'm cool with that. I'm not mad with that. But my point I'm making here is that some of those same people who do not want you to help them sometimes hit you up for different initiatives that they're doing. It could be a GoFundMe, it could be a fundraiser or something. And I always wonder, like, why you hit me up? Hit the people that you're asking for or you want to let help you. Because my objective is to protect what you have. So if my objective is to help you protect what you have, but you want someone else to tell you, go to them. And most of the times people don't. Like I see all the stuff that people share on social media from celebrities or people who are well known, athletes or singers or whatever. When they're in a bind, they don't hit those people up because most of the times you follow in a page that's managed by somebody, most of the times in a different country like India or Pakistan or Thailand or Vietnam or Philippines. And those people, they're not the one really corresponding with you. So what I try to do is I try to educate people on concepts that they can use so that their children, God forbid, as you get older, and a lot of people think, like this one client told me, oh, he gonna live to be 120 years old. That's what he told me. He could, I don't know. But what I told him was, well, if you're gonna live to be that long, you got to make sure you put the strategies in place today. Because you got another 30, another 50 years to go. I had a pastor, this is what he said. I'll never forget it. His name was Dr. Maxwell Ferguson, originally from Guyana. This is what he said. He said, Live, he was talking to Christians now in church. Live like Jesus is coming tonight, but plan like he's coming in 100 years. So for those of us or those of you who have assets and you say you're a Christian, you got to live like he's coming tonight, but you got to plan for the next 100 years for your kids and your grandkids. So if you're planning for your kids and your grandkids, do you have the right stuff in place for them? And if you don't, who are you talking to? If you're not talking to me, excuse me, are you talking to someone like me? Someone who can help you? And again, like I had this conversation today, a candid conversation with a young lady. I'm so very proud of her. She doesn't live here. She lives in a different country, but she's doing a lot, individually. She has a child, and I was explaining to her that you're young. So you start making plans for when you get to be my age. But what you're doing right now, don't stop. Augment it, add to it, so that God forbid something happens to you, your kid will be okay. And God forbid nothing happens to you, you're going to be okay because your kid's going to become an adult. When your kid becomes an adult, it's not your responsibility to take care of your children when they become adults, providing they can work. If your child is sick or they have a disability, that's different. As a parent, you brought them in, it's your responsibility to take care of them. But if nothing is wrong with your child on the physical tip and they can work, they need to start taking care of themselves. But if you're not teaching them those principles and these concepts, how to be financially independent or how to have financial literacy, those same kids are going to depend on you. Good evening, Miss Joseph. How are you tonight? Hope you're doing well. I remember once someone asked me for something. I won't call their name. I would never do that. And they told me they're tired of asking their kid. And I'm like, how can you be tired of asking your kid? The kid ain't tired of asking you. If the kid can help you, they should help you. If you can help them, you should help them. That's what family is. That's what family's supposed to do. But some of us have family members who have some disabilities or some illnesses or something chronic, and we have to help them. So we have to put stuff in place for them. So protect what you have. Get it into a revocable living trust so that it can be protected from the vultures out there. Get an attorney, an estate attorney. Make sure you partner with a good CPA, certified public accountant or an accountant. Make sure you have a good financial person like myself, like Mr. H. Terrence Bardui. Some parents are enablers. They don't help their children. They bail them out all the time in every trouble they get into. And the kid forever. As a matter of fact, if something happens to you, that kid may not even be a productive member of society because you did not teach them the right ways how to depend on themselves. Teaching your kids independence, right? I was talking to a client of mine. She's 46, 44, 47, I don't remember. She told me she bought her first house when she was 23, right? And she said because she was young, she was making good money, and she's like, wait a minute, I'm going to buy a house. Now, where did she get that idea from? Now, back then, it was a long time ago. If she's 46, 45, 47, when she was 23, that's over 25 years ago. My point I'm trying to say to you, my point I'm trying to make to you is this. Make sure that you are protecting what you have so that, God forbid, if something happens to you, your family will be fine. And I told someone today, I told them they're doing a great job. I told them to pat yourself on the back when we get off this call. But your foundation is flawed. That's what I told them. I told them they're doing a good job. if nothing happens to them and they continue doing the same thing for the next 30, 40 years. But there's no guarantee. Tomorrow's not promised. Yesterday's gone and you only have today. So if you have today, folks, protect what you have. And if you have a business, make sure you get key man insurance on yourself. If you have a business partner, make sure you have a buy-sell agreement. Those are concepts that I can teach and I can show. You're like, well, tell me more about it. No, I'm not going to tell you more about it. If you fall in the category, you know how to get in touch with me. My number is scrolling right at the bottom of the Tuesdays with Terrence. You know, you want to consult me? You know how to messenger me, you know how to WhatsApp me, you know how to text me, you know how to Instagram me, TikTok me, X me, LinkedIn me. Let's do that and let's protect it. Let's protect it for what you have. Folks, stop keeping stuff in your name. Move it, remove it out of your name. Let me explain something to you guys. Do you guys know that life insurance is a poor man's trust? Let me explain to you what I mean by that. Life insurance is a poor man's trust. You ever hear people say, "Oh, you look like a broke Denzel Washington," or "You look like a broke Brooke Shields"? What that means, not that you're broke, it just means that you're not that person, right? So what I mean by a poor man's trust, what I mean by that is life insurance is tax free. And the only person that can get the money is the beneficiary, not the government, not the county, not the city, not the town, not the state, not the feds, not Uncle Sam, not your girlfriend, not your husband, not your boyfriend, not your side chick, not your side piece, it's whoever the beneficiary is. So the reason why it's a poor man's trust is if someone has life insurance and they've made you or a trust or a business or some entity, a church or whatever, the beneficiary, that individual or that entity gets the cash after your demise on a tax-free basis. So if that's all you have, it's better than nothing. But if you have assets, some people have a lot of life insurance, but they don't own a home, they don't own a car. But they have children, and they know if God forbid something happens to them. But the children, if you haven't teach the children how to manage money, what do you think they're going to do when you die? Buy a house, buy a car, or buy cars? And that's why some of these insurance companies have a way that you can get the money over a period of time. It's like the people, who win the lottery. They take the lump sum because they say, I don't know how long I'm going to live. All of a sudden, they've been living for 30, 40, 50 years, but all of a sudden, they don't know how long they're going to live. All right, you take the money, and then when you take the money, what do? You got to make sure you have a good tax attorney, a good CPA, a good financial person like myself, so that we can give you strategies to make sure the money lasts a lifetime. They said Mike Tyson at one time lost $300 million. How do you lose $300 million? I can see 50,000. I can go through that in a day. But not 300 million. That's generational wealth, folks. So what I'm saying to each and every one of you tonight, some of the strategies that you're using may not be the best strategies for you and your family. Make sure you're protected. Make sure your kids are protected. Make sure your grandkids, I don't care if you live in Antigua, in Dominica, in St. Martin, in Canada, in Massachusetts, in Florida, in Texas, in Boston, Virginia, in the USA. I don't care where you live. The strategies are the same universally. It's just that the products are different in different countries. A lot of you who watch my show in different, I have someone who watched my show who died last year. They lived in a different country. As a matter of fact, they lived in St. Martin. They're like a distant cousin of mine, a childhood friend who died last year. But they were referring people to me all the time. Some of them panned out. Some of them didn't pan out. And one of my best clients was a referral from her. Was a young man too, and he's doing very well, saving every month. Man, I want to live to be an old man. So when that guy's 50 years old, I want him to what I want him to I want him to find me and thank me. Folks, the younger you are is the best time it is to start saving for your retirement. Yes, you got 401ks, 43Bs, 457 TSPs, but augment that by using non-traditional retirement strategies that you can access on a tax favored basis. Pay yourself. When you do a 401k, all you do is deferring taxes for Uncle Sam. And in the future, you don't know what taxes are going to be because you don't control taxes. Congress does. There was a young lady I was talking to today. I wish she was in America. She's solid, but the strategies of where she are is limited. And those of you who are here who have access to these strategies is not taking advantage of it. So I come on every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and pontificate. I teach. I advocate. I teach you how to eradicate debt. Eliminate it, not consolidate it. I teach you how to have living benefits. If you have some health challenges, I can still show you other things you can do. If you have great health, I can show you better things you can do because you can access tax free. As a matter of fact, we have what we call, a second to die, where you can still, even though you have great health, you can partner with someone with great health and still use the strategies to access it in the future while you're alive. Cash, that is, on a tax favored basis. Folks, someone asked me the other day, what is it that I enjoy doing? And if there's anything else I could do, what would I do? This is all I do, and I love this with a passion. I don't want to fix brakes. I don't want to paint a room. I don't want to wash cars. I don't want to be a chef. I don't want to nail a nail. I don't want to put up a fence. I don't want to do gardening. As a vegan, I should probably do it. All I enjoy doing is this. That's all I like doing. And I love it with a passion. I get aggressive sometimes and passionate. It sounds like I'm angry. I'm not angry. I'm just passionate. Like when you love somebody, you can see the passion. So I come on and I tell people, no matter where you are, get something in place. And if where you are, and don't tell me, oh, I'm all set. No, you don't. Most people, even the people who are well prepared, sometimes they can always augment what they're doing. One of my clients called me either yesterday or Friday or Thursday, I don't remember. And they said to me, someone told them, this person is 62 years old. Someone told them, you could take your Social Security and invest it. Now, the person don't need the Social Security right now because they're working. They have no debt. Well, I'm lying. They have one debt. The only debt they have is a car payment. And as a matter of fact, they have enough cash value where they can pay off that car. But their interest rate is so low, it's like 2% or 1.9. So they're paying that every month. There's no mortgage. The only bills they have is utilities, insurances, and a condo. And that person says, I don't need the money. I said, so if you don't need the money, why take it now? This person is single, don't have a spouse. They take care of their elderly parent, who's like something 90 or 90-something years old, who needs a caregiver. This individual, I'm very proud of them. Every strategy that I talk about, they have. And guess what? They're not hurting for anything. Nothing. So tonight, all I can say to each and every one of you is simply this as we close on Tuesdays with Terrence. Change the strategies that you're currently using. If you have assets, some of you own multiple homes, multiple cars, a business, get a revocable living trust and put everything in your trust. so nobody can attack it. Because you don't want the incidentals. You don't want anything to happen to what you have. So you want to make sure, folks, that you protect what you have. Make sure you protect what you have. So for all of you who watch tonight, Zenith Carter all the way in Georgia, for those of you, Beth Amado, Florida, Carmen Joseph, Antigua, Cavell Scott in Massachusetts, June Bardui, Anselm, Massachusetts, Alvin Varsa, Petersburg, Virginia, Peach Goodwill, Petersburg, Virginia, Robin Martin, Charlotte, North Carolina. And for all the rest of you who did not say hello, and I don't know where you're watching from, I can't give you a shout out. You need to change the strategies that you're using to protect your assets. Some of you own cars and houses and lands. Protect it. Because one day, if you don't protect it the right way, it'll come back and haunt you and bite you. So if you want to learn more about these strategies, my phone number is showing. My website is on there as well. You can go see what the kind of work I do. You know what? And if you think you're fine and you're perfect, tell your friends about me and your family so that I can help them too. All right? So the show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. My name is H. Terrence Bardui. Some people call me H. Some people call me Havis. Some people call me Terrence. Some people call me Mr. Bardui. Some people call me Mr. Badwill if you're from Dominica. Some people call me Little Boy if you're from Point Michel. But if you're from La Pointe, which is Point Michel, you call me Luca Boy. Those are my names. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. Now the South sustains me, folks. I love what I do. I love helping middle American families. I protect what they have. If you want to learn more about these strategies, reach out to me. Thank you for watching tonight. If you like what you hear, like and share. If you don't like it, it's okay. And for those of you who are my clients on this line, thank you for watching and thank you for your business. For those of you who are just on just to learn information, thank you. For those of you who are just nosy, thank you. For those of you who just want to support me, thank you. I love you all. Sometimes it sounds like I'm upset with you. I'm not. I'm just passionate. When you're passionate about something, you get, you want to protect it. You want to protect them. So I want you to protect it. All right? So if you have assets, contact me so we can teach you how to protect your assets from the vultures out there. Estate taxes, I don't know, predators, all that different stuff. All right? So as we close, I'm going to play my theme song, and thank you for tuning in. Until next Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, make sure you don't spend all your money on Christmas gifts. Don't let Christmas make you broke, trying to impress people you don't like with money you don't have to play interest to these companies and make them richer. Keep yourself disciplined. If you have a loved one, give them a gift, but don't be giving everybody gifts. And when people ask me, what do you give me for Christmas? Or they say, what do you give me for my birthday? I'm giving you the same thing you gave me and the same thing I gave you last year. Nothing. You don't have to give everybody a gift, man. Give your loved ones, But if you're balling like that and you want to give gifts, my size is a window seat to Dominica, first class. Dominica made me. Boston raised me. The South sustains me. And all I can tell you is the show is called Tuesdays with Terrence. Every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we talk about strategies that help middle American families. So thank you for watching. Good night. Robin said nothing. She ain't giving nothing. You ain't giving me nothing, Robin. That's okay. I still love you, Robin. Love you. Good night, everybody. Good night. Hasta la vista. What does it say? Dominica. God made me, that's where it all began. Island breeze, coconut trees, the heart of my planet. From the hills and the smiles to the songs of the sea, that island spirit molded the person. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. Don't go broke this Christmas. Shining dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I found my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Bonsoir, arrivederci, aloha, buenas noches. Learn to stand tall, navigating life, every rise, every fall. From the comments to the brownstone, I made my claim. With every lesson learned, I embrace my name. Boston raised me with its hustle and grind. City lights shining, dreams intertwined. In the heart of this town, I find my way. A licensed financial pro, ready for the fray. Good night, everybody. God bless you. Hasta la vista. Mwah. One love. Stay cool. Stay dry. Stay warm. A community of strength and love in every space. From the bayous to the beaches, I found my place. In this journey of finance, I've learned to chase grace. Dominica made me, Boston raised me high. The South sustains my soul as I reach for the sky. With every sunrise, I'm thankful and free. A licensed financial pro, just being me. Just being me, folks. Good night, everybody. God bless you. So here's to the roots that shaped who I am. From Dominica's beauty and Boston's Grand Slam. In the South I stand strong with purpose and pride. Together with my journey, side by side. Good night, everybody. God bless you. I love you. Thanks for watching. Like and share if you choose to. Thank you. Bye-bye.